Hello everyone, welcome back to the wild world of Devil May Cry. Today playing Devil May Cry 2 with a big mod that mixes up a lot, changes a lot about the gameplay, rebalances it, adds some new mechanics, makes things a hell of a lot faster, and just overall better to play. Let's just get right into it. Hey Troop, and hey Federico, thank you for the vote there. So yeah, we can play as either Dante, Trish, or Lucia. All three have different movesets and all that. Can't see anything. Alright, hold on one sec. Get that sorted out. Uno momento, my friend. Let's see. Hey Mouse. There it does. This mod saved the game. Well, I've only tried it a little bit, and I think it's pretty sweet so far. So, let's see it in action. We're going to be playing on Dante Must Die. If you're going to play this game, mod or not, that's the way you got to do it. Now I'm wondering, should we skip the cutscenes? Because they're not really interesting compared to the first game. Yeah, I'm going to skip them. Story again. Not one, not one of this game's strong suits. Well, watch this one though. This one's neat. That's how cool guys land. Okay, so right away, you can see Dante is moving a hell of a lot faster. We can also super run, like this. Falls a lot faster. It's almost like, feels like Fox in Melee now. Here we go, we ready? Yeah, I probably won't be doing too much of that. I mean, like I said, his base run speed is cranked up to the extent that that's probably not necessary. Like maybe if when we're running through some of the bigger maps here, we'll do that. Yeah, very acrobatic Dante. Good stuff. Also, we've got quick switches for the swords. Alright, another new feature here. And unlike before, where all the swords were basically the same moveset, and I think even the same damage, these all have different movesets now. And noticeably different speed and damage values, which is nice. So I'm going to stick with this one though. Super fast. Alright. Say, this game does have some cool atmosphere. Is this on PCSX 2? No, this is the PC version. This is the HD collection, which for DMC 2 I think is the definitive way to play it. It's not like a DMC 1 situation. But I'd say as far as positives go, I think this game does have some kind of neat atmosphere in some parts. Like it can look a little drab, but you still get some of those DMC 1 style bits of atmosphere here and there. Those nice cinematic camera angles. This game does not like alt-tabbing very much, so if I have to adjust things like volume or when I'm adjusting cheat engines when we switch to Trish, may have some crashes, but we'll see. It's not bad. Not bad at all. He's so fast. It's like wrapping my brain around these controls. The story? Some old lady hired Dante to kill some demons. There's a little more to it than that, I guess. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have skipped it. But Dante pops into a museum for some reason where Lucia, the female protagonist, is stealing this coin. I don't know. Trust me, you're not missing much. Oh, Stinger! The range on Stinger is massively increased. Like, that was one of the lamest things about this game originally. It's like, even upgraded, Stinger was terrible range. And tons of cooldown. Reminder about the style rankings, kind of dull. Yeah, I agree. Wait till I bust Trish. Wait till I bust Trish out, though. She's, in terms of stylish gameplay, I think she's really where it's at. Another thing, you can change those Devil Heart gems or whatever on the fly with the D-pad. Another nice little change there. You can actually change those swords in the middle of a combo. Crazy. Yeah. Are you ready? Are you ready for this X Band-Aid on the wall? Dante doesn't say too much in this game. You know, all the other ones he's throwing out the one-liners constantly. He's pretty quiet in this one. It's not really something a mod is going to fix. One thing I'm not entirely sure on is whether or not Dante Must Die actually increases enemy aggressiveness. It definitely does with damage and their health, as you can see. But I don't know if they're like... So that's with DMC too, is just like how passive the enemies are in general. Actually, this is on Dante Must Die, and it's still... Everyone's still kind of a pushover. Maybe it's just my skills have been honed to a razor sharp edge. Probably not. Like that. It's like the downward strike there. Yeah, hear that. It's the same thing with the guns once we start picking those up. Hey, Morse. Am I imagining or the graphics not look as good as DMC1? They don't. Both between art direction and overall, I don't know, execution, I guess. They definitely don't look as good. Hi, Spoon. I'm afraid I don't get the reference, sorry. I like the setting, though. The acrobatics. It's cracking me up. Ah, Dune. At least you can say these guys are doing some damage if they do manage to hit you. Yeah, I think I'll switch to Trish the next mission. Dante feels better, but I think Trish is probably the way to play this game. Okay. I remember this always throwing me out. This is our destination right there. But we can't just go that way. We have to go on this little path here. Okay. So this is the first game we spoiled if I want you to play the second one. No. They have absolutely no connection whatsoever. Other than having Dante in them. Even then, he doesn't even act like the same guy, so I don't know. But no. Nothing spoiled. Okay. Let's reflect on this. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to switch to Trish. After this cutscene here. Actually, I'm going to skip that because it's terrible. Just hearing the old lady lecture you for a few minutes. Alright, so let's all cross our fingers that the game doesn't crash here. Ready? So I'm switching the cheat engine thing from Dante to Trish. Because you have to enable it for the character you're playing as. So here we go. No, not that Dante. There we go. Now see some real stylish action. If I'm going through all the games, will I play DMC like the remake? No. It's not gonna happen. Yeah, here's Trish. She was already in the original game as an unlockable character, and she actually has DMC1 Dante's moveset. You know, it's just like with the staggered combos where like you do different moves if you like pause between, like this one. So yeah, check out the moves Trish has. Oh, we were talking about the bullet casings going into the water. Look at this. Come on, guys. Shading on her. Yeah, it almost looks cell shaded. So I wanted to remove that little bit of soul. It was an entirely different team between DMC 1 and 2. This game wasn't originally going to be, from what I understand, wasn't originally going to be a Devil May Cry game. But with the success of the first one, they took this project, which was like 50 to 75% complete or something, and wasn't going very well. They booted the director, got Hideki Itsuno to take it over and like try and turn it into a DMC game in like 6 months. And all things considered, not a bad job. But he knew that DMC 2 had spoiled the franchise. So it's the same team, same director for every game since. Itsuno redeemed himself. As works well, morphing one game into a totally different one. Well, that's kind of what happened with the first game, right? But that turned out obviously a lot better. Hey, see that animation canceling? That feels a lot better. Yeah, Star Fox Adventures, that was originally something completely unrelated, right? Her character model looks pretty good. Looks a lot better than the one in the first game. Give him that. I mean, the characters in this all look pretty good, I think. Dante looks great. Lucia is cool. That round trip for Trish here is actually, it's one of the changes. It's like infinite. So that's going to keep spinning until I hit L2. Oh yeah. This guy's actually can do some damage now. Look at that. Ooh. Yeah, dinosaur planet. Let's see. That's where we fought the golem. No, I haven't checked the Wolong gameplay. I've not seen that. Unless that's the, like, Journey to the West Souls-like. A couple years, like, revealed it a year or two ago. In which case I did. But not anything recent. Oh, from Team Ninja. Oh. I have not. This is smash the faces to reveal the moving walls. It's like Vana Huzzog, but why? Oh. Here's a little detail when she goes into Devil Trigger. Check this out. Sunglasses. Not having that thing light up on the last stab. It's such a small thing, but that's so annoying considering how good that felt in DMC1. Lighting up those things. Like that. Oh yeah. These camera angles. Taking the story and stuff changes depending on how you play? Barely. I mean, I'm really not exaggerating. There's extremely little story in this game. It is clearly an afterthought at best. Oh yeah, here we go. Is this what Bayonetta feels like? I mean, I gotta be honest. Playing as Trish like this with this mod, actually, this feels pretty good. Oh, they share the same voice actor. That's cool. Oh shit. I can't die playing DMC2. That would just be an embarrassment. I was saying, this isn't regular DMC2. This is DMC2 modded on Dante Must Die. So, give me a break. The Man-Eater. Man, that fight on the no death run. That was a real nail biter, huh? Oh, you still got Dante in the cutscenes. So we can all admire Mr. Stoic. even while we're kicking ass as Trish. So the soundtrack for this game is another one of its stronger aspects in its original form. I mean, obviously it's the same thing here, but a lot of it was done by the same guy who did the first game. So I think pretty much on the same level, basically. She doesn't have a proper double form, so she just glows yellow and spins around, I guess. You guys think stick with Trish or go back to Dante? Shall I alternate or what? Alternate. All right. Deal with the first proper boss as Dante then. All right. Hold your breath. Don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. That's like, yeah, you want to talk about strange video game, third-party promotion partnerships. Diesel? Clothing? I don't know. Kind of a head scratcher. So you turn this into DMC in 6 months. Yeah, I mean, it's like, hey, we know this game is not going to be nearly as good as DMC1. Itsuno, you're in charge of turning this thing around. Your name's going to be on it when it comes out. Sorry about your possible future reputation. But so they turned it around. It's basically the same team who worked on this game worked on 3. Just with, him at the helm from the beginning instead of, 10 feet from the finish line. There's our first crash. Yeah, this is what happens when you keep alt-tabbing. No problem. Give me 1 sec. I think I'll play as Dante's on this mission, then I'll switch back to Trish and probably just stick with her. Yeah, this game does not like alt-tabbing. It also probably doesn't like Cheat Engine messing with its guts either, but, can't blame it. Hold on a sec. Dante. Skycraper. The smell of fear. Have you ever heard of a better named item? Yeah, this is a little test to know how you know if it's working or not. Just try out the sprint button. There you go. I mean, that's absurd. This is fast enough. He doesn't need to be like this. Even if it is really funny. So if we're double triggered and we do it, look at this. It's like Benny Hill on steroids. Faster! I need more power! Oh, our first boss. Yeah, remember how memorable Phantom was? The lava spider scorpion man thing. Oh, behold. A gorilla with some feathers and 2 sets of eyes. Shiver in sheer terror. Ooh. Okay, I'm sorry, Mr. Gorilla. Stop kicking my ass, please. Alright. This is so much better at this speed. This game is slow as molasses originally, but this feels actually pretty good. We are on Dante must die, so the enemies can devil trigger. That's what's going on. These other guys. The little Ronnies. Monkeying around. Achievement unlocked. Great. Behold the terror. Yeah, not bad. Definitely a big improvement. If you're going to play this game, play it with this mod. For sure. I'm just looking for the door out of here. Back up the street, perhaps? Or this big glowy door here. Yes, okay. Not bad. Not bad. We'll do it in... I'll keep switching back and forth, but I'm going to do it every 2 missions instead of every mission. That way, if we're going to get crashes, at least it'll be less frequently. The smell of fear. Yeah, the Dante model in this is probably my favorite look. I mean, other than DMC5, which just looks great. This is a nice outfit. Has a little bit of that DMC1 problem where it looks a little funny in like higher resolutions, but not too bad. Very stylish. This looks a lot like the last level, doesn't it? That's where I came in. Say, some of the fixed camera angles are not so good. Yeah, the longer stinger range is a godsend. Maybe it was originally a Dreamcast game, who knows? Oh yeah, hold R2 to break the manual lock-on. Excuse me, the auto lock-on. It's a strange thing with this game. You have a manual lock-on with R1, and that works just fine. But then there's also an automatic lock-on. Which is like, why do you need both? You get in these instances like there, where like I'm trying to swing at the door, and Dante keeps turning around to swing at the enemies because of the auto lock-on. It's like they must have known this was a problem because you can hold R2 to turn, to disable the auto lock on, but why have it in the first place? You know what I mean? I don't know. That water might be the shittiest looking water I've ever seen in a video game. What is going on with that? Come on. The texture isn't even animated. It's just, come on. Look at this. That's absurd. That can't be right. It couldn't have looked that bad originally, right? Maybe it got broke in the HD collection? That's hilarious. Jello. It's like somebody like just moving like a giant cube around. I guarantee you that's what it is. It's a big texture mapped cube that's just kind of like rotating. There's no surface. There's nothing going on with that. That's insane. Worst water I've ever seen. Yeah. Now, actually, hold on a sec. I don't want to I probably wouldn't soft lock myself, but I remember at this point of the game, you're supposed to grab another one of those devil jewels, so it speeds you up while in devil trigger, so you have enough you're fast enough to get over here. But because this mod speeds you, this is like the speed you would be in devil trigger normally in this game. And just that alone would be enough, I think, to make it in time. Not even, you know, mentioning this thing. If we activate the sprint. So, I'll grab the jewel. We'll do this right. Yeah, this big, like, boat sword, I'm sure it does plenty of damage, but that's still way too slow for me, even with the speed up. Onimusha 1 and 2, yeah. Those are great looking games. I mean, Onimusha 1 came out 2001? It's like 2 years before this game. I think Onimusha 2 is maybe the same year as this. Yeah, they do look like those guys in Elden Ring. The ones you see in Liurnia. Just like skeletal, metallic mannequins with the kind of like bird cage around their torso. Alright, so now we've got the speed. Look at this. Now we're in... How fast can I go? Damn it, Dante. Come on. Oh yeah. The multi-enemy targeting with the shooting. Forgot about that. Okay, now we've got the speed jewel. Not that we need it, because we can just do this. Let's see how fast I can get over here. Look at this. That's just silly. That's with the speed demon jewel and holding down the sprint button that this mod added. Now, Spoon, you asked whether or not this game was like going to spoil anything. Are you aware of the reputation this game has normally? That it is by far the black sheep of the series here. Yeah, so the thing is with these games, like, they're all great, and the DMC2 has always been, I mean, correctly regarded as black sheep of the series. It's just not nearly as good, the combat's not nearly as deep. It's just like everything is a major step down from the first game. And they redeemed the series with the third game. You know, they brought it back. And they did a great job with it. But yeah, DMC2 has this reputation of just being absolute garbage. And a lot of that is pretty fairly deserved. There are some really, really poor game design decisions in this game. So the intention of this mod here is to try and polish it up and make it a better experience. Not the same team at all. Well, not the same team from the first game, I should say. Oh crap, that poison. That's actually doing some damage now. The same people did go on to make DMC3 though, so pretty much saved the franchise. I don't know why I'm not dying, but not complaining. There it is. So that poison actually does some damage here. No. Originally, a lot of this game could be conquered by basically standing in one place and just shooting continuously. And that is fortunately has been changed. Reminded me of that guy from Ninja Gaiden. So this game is way more choosy just being slow? Yeah, definitely. There's many. Let me see here. Actually, let's stick with that. This is not bad. I mean, this is actually pretty challenging. Yeah, it's the second or third boss, and you're right. No, definitely nowhere near the personality of basically any of the other ones. I guess that's something they realized going forward. It's like... Well, then again, it's like this game was repurposed from something else. And not something that was going to be good, like RE4. Something that was going to probably be, you know, a budget B-tier title. So we can only do damage to this guy via his head up there. We can't get into it because of both the poison and the big tentacles. Fortunately, these tentacles do drop some health. So that is a plus. Funny playing this game and having to think about some kind of like strategy, you know? So those notches in the devil trigger gauge up there, when it's in the red, when your health is super low, you get access to, I don't know what it's called. It's like super devil trigger or something like this. You just turn into the big beefy muchacho. Damn. So one of the downsides of playing this on Dante Must Die is that these enemies all have far more health. So something like this guy, that's definitely kind of a problem. But hey, try and make it work. Alright, we'll give it one more try with Dante, and if we fail, bust Trish out. Call our tough girlfriend to come handle this for us. It's like turning into Better Call Saul here. Hey, Anton. I told you. Yeah. This is not going so well. Too much health. The poison comes out too quickly. Yeah, we're switching to Trish. Your soul is doomed. Alright. Trish time. We could skip the speed crystal too, because obviously that's just completely unnecessary. Okay. The vocal edgy track, I hated DMC3's soundtrack because of that. It's like, oh man, I played the game with the sound off a lot of the time. I was so embarrassed playing it like that. Hated it. The one in 5's not bad for narrow double trigger. At least it's just like a fun track and not. I'm specifically talking about the one in DMC3. The one in 5 is good. I don't remember 4's at all. Alright, let's see how Trish does. I wonder if I can get to... Man, Trish might have an even harder time, huh? Alright. Enough fooling around. The time has come. And so have I. Wait a second. Whoa! What's going on there? Do I have infinite double jump? Is this what I've been missing? Uh-oh. I don't know if that's a bug or not, but I'm making it happen. Yeah, it's not normal. I don't know if that's like an intended feature of the mod here, or if it's just like bugging out, or what. But all right, it fixed itself, unfortunately. Oh, I did it again. I don't know how I'm doing it, but let's rock. Now this is pod racing. It's doing shite damage. Yeah, doing it at the end of the devil trigger. Maybe that's it. Yeah, this boss could have been neat, but the mechanics are just too messed up. The tentacles respawn way too quickly. You have way too tiny of a window to get in there and actually do damage to the head. Once those things are done, once the tentacles are down. Yeah! You just lost your Miranda rights. Let me check something here, actually. No, out of items. Let's say pop some devil stars. Get this over with quicker. Getting there though. So another thing this mod did was unlock Trish's firing speed. So she can fire as fast as you can push the button. Which is nice. Nice little touch. There we go. Go real ham on the square button here. I'm sorry this is taking so long. Things were going pretty well up until this point. No, there it goes again. I didn't even use double trigger. I'm afraid to go too high because I don't want to break the game or like fall into the abyss and then have to redo this fight, so that's gonna have to remain a mystery. If it works later. Well, there's no like backtracking. Once we leave the stage, that's it. Oh, holy cow. Achievement unlocked, no joke. Yeah, no kidding. I was like turning into one of the MGS torture sequences. Well, to be fair, Miles, like I said, I am playing on Dante Must Die difficulty where, like I said, all the health is super cranked up. So, if I had just been playing this on normal, that wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have taken nearly as long. It's just a combination of the health increase plus the inherent mechanics of the boss that are messed up, to put it bluntly. So hopefully that'll be the lowest point in our playthrough here, but we'll see. Let's see, some more Devil Trigger. One more health. Health item. A couple, sure. She gets on a bike transport, Dante. She's got some incredible powers. This is a cool little bit of atmosphere here. At least I thought so when I first played this back in the day. I'll be right back. Yeah, just peep this visual for a second, listen to this track. You got that Resident Evil vibe. I'll be right back. Keep the atmosphere, my bro. Yeah, our tough GF, she took care of business. While Dante hid in the storage closet next to his motorcycle. So is the closest thing this game has to some kind of, I don't know, real world reference. The two wolves of Odin. These wolves have maxed out poise. They've got the wolf ring after all, right? You know, it's probably a mistake completely muting the music when you go into the pause menu. A way to just like completely deflate any intensity going on in the fight. Inside of DMC there are 2 wolves. And neither will survive because this game is terrible. Now I'm wondering if I should have picked normal. If the only difference we're dealing with is HP values here. You know what I mean? We'll see. I couldn't, I was Googling it before I started the stream because I was trying to decide what difficulty to play on. And I couldn't get a straight answer as to what the difficulties actually changed other than HP bloat. The enemies, I think they seem more aggressive, but I don't know if that's... I mean, they are going to double trigger and becoming more aggressive, so there's that for sure. There's no doubt about that. Bloat coat. Yeah. It's like combat does feel a hell of a lot better. I will say that. Against your regular enemies here, definitely a big improvement. Full camera control would have been nice on this. It's like the fixed camera angles in this one don't really do anything for the atmosphere. You see what I mean? It's just kind of like that's a really strange transition. Okay, so you move this way and then it's like it almost looks like it just bugged out, but no, it's I don't know. So this game has some interesting atmosphere, and it's like I don't know if it's just that like uncanny thing from running around these like empty destroyed cities or what, you know, the whole like liminal spaces bullshit that's so like popular these days. This game's got it in spades, baby. You just pass through that without actually going through it. I don't know. Feels like a dream. Oh my god! This is just like Sekiro. Gorilla's back for round 2. Oh my god. Yeah, you guys, you know what I'm talking about. I'm glad we feel the same way. I do have to fight the wolves again. No. Maybe time to switch back to Dante. I think, despite the maybe less interesting moveset, I think he's a bit tankier, so it might be the way to go. True. Yeah, you may be right. open that. Yeah, strange fight with the wolves. I mean, even before they Devil Trigger, they super tanky. Just kind of like standing there. So I don't remember much about this game. I definitely don't remember enjoying it. I got this game when it came out, which I think it was 2003, right? I got it for my birthday. And it was, yeah, I mean, I had already played DMC1 and I enjoyed it. And this was the age, it's like, playing it, it's like, you're not really realizing that the problem isn't you, the problem is the game. You know what I mean? Before you start getting a little bit more critical of the media you're consuming. I played through it and I was like, I can't put my finger on it, but that just didn't seem very fun. I remember like the game FAQs message boards when this came out, like how it was like immediately people trashing on this. It's like I remember some of the reviews in like, you know, the media. So like PSM, if any of you remember that horrible rag of a magazine. It's like, oh yeah, pretty solid sequel to DMC. Not quite as good, but you know, pretty solid. You know, because the last thing they're gonna do is trash on any kind of like hype title of a PlayStation exclusive, right? The word on the street about this game was not kind. By the way, that's not me going apeshit on my controller when she's in Devil Trigger. It maxes out the possible fire speed, I think. Was I apprehensive going to DMC after that? A little bit, but I think once people got their hands on it, it was clear very quickly that this was a return to form and then some. I was on board. I mean, when I played this, like I said, I was a dumb kid, so I was still into it enough to, you know, want to get the sequel. But I do remember discussion at the time. It's like, okay, this is possibly the best game in the series. At least, mechanically, it certainly was. No doubt about that. Now this will be a real litmus test here. The infested tank and the infested helicopter fight. Some of the worst video game bosses of all time. Seems like their HP is at least closer to what it should be. So the thing is, with mods like this, the most they can do is tweak mechanical elements like variables, you know what I mean? There's probably not too much possibility, short of somebody really hardcore reverse engineering the whole thing, to like change boss movesets, things like that, you know? So you get these like pieces of crap bosses like this. Okay. Any health goodies over here? No. Just some collapsed buildings. This music is really good, if you guys can hear that over the my spinning sigh. Okay, so that was still terrible. Slightly less so because of their decreased health, but that was still really bad. The tower, though. It's like King Alon's tower up there. Okay. It's one of these games where your character has very little direction. Motivation's one thing. It's like, okay, I'm going to help out the locals. There's like an evil CEO who's made some kind of satanic pact for like ultimate power or whatever. That's who our antagonist is. That's alright, we're gonna help with the locals, sure. Rid the demonic corruption. Sparta was here once too. Isn't that a coincidence? But it's like, in terms of what Dante or Lucia are actually doing, like where are they going? It's all just a big mystery. This, like, what are we doing here? Offense heart. Magic stone with the heart of a vigorous battle god. So increases your attack power. Okay. Oh, check this out. So you're the original game. You could look at in your menu. There was like enemy descriptions, and they would get increasingly more elaborate as you fought them, and found certain weaknesses and techniques to deal with them and whatnot. You get a little bit of lore too. These are the ones in Devil May Cry 2 here. A little bit of lore. Fluid and human languages, they have powerful magic at their disposal. Like, this is one of these things, like, it was in the first game. A giant and mighty demon who dwells in water. A giant, you don't say. A tank possessed by an infested. Okay. A day? It's maybe possibly generous. So I haven't played through this game's campaign in at least 15 years, so might be a little bit of wandering around here. So let's check the end of this empty street again. Maybe there's something down there now. Oh look, there is. In its original form, one of the worst bosses in video game history. Especially considering the lineage of Devil May Cry. But we'll see. We'll see how it is. So first we need to run up this big building. Yeah. I think the problem is they weren't. No, I think the real problem is they were. They just didn't have the time or budget in order to give us something quality. Oh my god. Come on. Fly, Trish. Bayonetta. Who needs platforming? I like the eyeball. Alright. Oh. I mean, conceptually, this isn't too bad of an idea. It's kind of neat. Going up a skyscraper, evading a demon-possessed helicopter. The worst ideas. The execution leaves a little to be desired. And we know it's totally unclear where you need to go, so let's breadcrumb some red orbs for you. This game really was ahead of its time. Well, that's what I was saying with Spoon. I was like, no, this can't be the first thing you see for Devil May Cry. You'll never give it a shot. I mean, this scene looks decent. The city below looks pretty good. Interesting camera movement here. Eyes on screen at least. Oh my god, I can't die here. Oh no. I'm just gonna have to go full gamer mode. All that NGB training? Yeah. Can you imagine how cocky Itagaki and the Team Ninja must have felt releasing Ninja Gaiden Black? I mean, it's just Ninja Gaiden 04. So we had Devil May Cry as like, okay, great game. Here's this new template for 3D action games. We gotta top that. And then while they're working on Ninja Gaiden, Devil May Cry 2 is released. It's like, guys, not only have we made an excellent slam dunk game, but our competition just completely dropped the ball. Alright, there you go. Still an absolutely terrible, terrible fight. Garbage. Straight up stinky 90 degrees sitting out for 5-day, rotting meat garbage. But still a little better than it was before. It's like, we're playing on Dante Must Die, so it has the most health it could possibly have. Normally playing this game on its normal difficulty, that would have taken at least twice as long. But I think the worst parts are over. I think. I think I'm going to switch back to... oh, wait, we got this boss fight. This stage is just a boss fight. I'll do this, and then I'll switch back to Dante. This is the one that was in all the trailers. Just putting gameplay DMCT to help me sleep. Not a bad idea. I was saying a few minutes ago, what is like the motivation of our characters currently? It's just kind of wandering through the city. Okay, we went all the way up a building, and we all the way back down. Whatever. I remember this guy being a decent fight. We'll see. See how this goes. Music's cool. The sweet intro music. Okay. Spawning bats. Trish's infinite jump is back. Okay. Resident Shadow the Hedgehog. I never played it. Alright, let me run down the sidewalk again for the rematch. Ready? This is me getting ready for the stream earlier. I was trying to finish my workout. Pumping some iron. I can't be late to play Devil May Cry 2. They're waiting for me. Like, forget about diamonds, scythes are a girl's best friend. Oh, look at this! An actual boss fight. And a pretty good one, too. Shit! Okay. Separating usage between dodge and jump. Making use of the game's actual mechanics. Who was in charge of this boss fight? It's like they actually had a clue about game design. That was by far the best boss in the game so far. That actually felt like something that belonged in Devil May Cry. That was really good. Thank you, Mouse. I feel like we should stick with Trish, since we've been doing so well, but go back to Dante here for this next mission. This one's not too bad. More industrial zones. Yeah, here's what I'm gonna do. Skip that, we'll watch it with Dante. Okay guys, cross those fingers and toes. It's time to Alt-Tab for a sec. They don't share orbs, I guess. Neither Dante or Trish have traditional bank accounts, so to make up for that, they don't share their red orbs instead. Yeah, that was a good boss fight. Not so much when he was like in building form, but when he was just the floating head, that was a good fight. That was solid. I thought the game crashed, but no, that was just an extremely abrupt ending to the cutscene. Welcome to generic Dreamcast factory level, number 9. We've got a demon cow head on the wall. And there's a crash. That's alright. I figured that was gonna happen. Said it's really just the shenanigans, alt-tabbing. It's like this mod, it utilizes Cheat Engine to do the actual modding bit. So between the alt-tabbing and whatever it's doing to the guts of the game, a little bit unstable. But, you know, like I said, if you're just playing the game with one character, not switching constantly like I'm doing here, then it's probably not a problem. So my cat keeps pulling the string. She likes to play with the water bowl and cries me to take her out. Those are cats, my friend. By the way, if anyone's wondering, my cat Kit, who has had a real roller coaster of health lately, is again doing good. You know, had 2 close calls now with him the last couple months where he's gotten extremely sick and it seemed like it's the end. You know, he just seems like he's in a ton of pain and not doing well at all, but then he bounces back. So he's back to his old self again, hopefully. I mean, he is back to his old self again, but hopefully for a nice long time now. Yeah, couldn't handle a good boss, indeed. I wonder how Dante would have handled it. So I definitely prefer Trish's moveset, the classic DMC one. I mean, it's basically the DMC moveset. It's been expanded upon in the sequels, which is the way he feels in the first game is the way Trish feels in this game. And then DMC 3, it's like, it's back to that same kind of feeling again. Like not having those delayed button combos is such a weird mistake. And you think like, oh, is it a timing problem? Well, they managed to do it with Trish, so who knows? Alright, that's enough of these guys. So that's enough. Whee! Yeah! Cool guys. Oh. It's like the Gauntlet Legends perspective for a second there. Red Dante is about to die. Will I make it down there in time? I think so. Come on, Dante. Oh, come on. Yeah, we installed the double trigger refill station at the bottom of every power plant. You never know if I need one. Ooh, another upgrade. Magic stone with a fierce flame demon. You know, when you have to so hardcore breadcrumb where you're supposed to be going in the game, you might have an issue with your level design. So it feels like most of the time the doors that you are able to go into are completely indistinguishable from the ones that you can't. And instead of brightening up the textures or doing like something to make it obvious that this is actually a functional door and not just like a decorative texture or whatever, oh, we'll just like throw some red orbs on top of it. Just like the bats in Ninja Gaiden, just there to refill our health. No, forget about Rebellion. That texture. I mean, this was originally a PS2 game. Let's not be too harsh. The lava on DMC1 definitely looked a hell of a lot better than this. Oh, here we go. We've entered Black Mesa. It's like those head crabs are going to come jumping down any second now. Or that part in MGS. That freaky thing with Otacon on the codec. Watch out, Snake! There are guys on that elevator with you! Gonna be streaming Half-Life at some point. What a legendary game. And then Half-Life 2. You've chosen, or been chosen, to relocate to one of our finest remaining urban centers. I hate this. You can't jump over this thing until this gets all the way to the bottom. I really hate that. That's a slow-mo devil trigger, by the way. Devil jewel. Ooh. Is this a secret? No. This is like the end of RE2. You're like escaping the Umbrella secret laboratory. Excellent. I'm thinking, yeah, at this point, the best way to play DMC2 is going to be with this mod on normal difficulty, so things have, you know, you don't have to like deal with that crap with the tentacle boss with like the massive HP pool, but it's still, you know, it can't fix the inherent problems with the game design, but this is overall, yeah, it's a lot better than the original game. No doubt about that. If you're going to play DMC2, this is the way to play it. I was going to ask if you'll pick up Bayo 3 this year, but I haven't played the others yet. No, I haven't. What a treat. I still have those to check out. I'm very much looking forward to doing that. Sometimes I will be streaming them. Don't you worry. Bayonetta 1 and 2. Curious how to react to them. Well, they're by Kamiya. They're like really good character action games, so should love them, right? It's Heihachi! Oh, this has all been a prequel to Tekken the whole time. I think we're getting another decent boss here. Soon, anyway. Like Fire Minotaur guy. Wait. I was gonna say, the large Vital Star is cheaper than the small one, but I think that's just because I've already bought a few of the small ones, so... Yeah, they go up in price, right. I mean, the presentation. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, nothing I've seen of the game seems adverse to me. I don't have any kind of problem with it from what I've seen. And she's kind of like a over-the-top character, but it's not presented in a way where you're supposed to be taking it too seriously from what I gather, so I have no problem with that. But yeah, I'll definitely be checking those out. This guy is straight up Heihachi Mishima. Look at this.
Have to ask. Maybe another time.
Just give him the robes. I said, yeah, I remember this being a decent boss. Let's see how it holds up. Big health bar. Okay. Fire circle, gotta dodge. We jump over it once we're getting sucked in. be a little janky. We'll see. Look at him go. Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Is he going to stop? No, he's hyped. I mean, can you blame him? Alright. Fire circle that. Look at my health. Wow. Okay. And we gotta stay in his grill. I'm not sure what to do with that. Let's see. Get some health drops in the arena here. So his mace doesn't really do much damage at all. It's like the fire spotlights that are the real killer here. Goodbye, health bar. Farewell. Interesting musical choice here. Okay. Veto in the club. Open the club. That's insane. I'm wondering what... Hold on a sec. So, I don't know if the game is running... I don't know. So I've got the game running in borderless full screen, because that way it seems to crash a lot less when I'm doing the alt tabbing. So my TV is telling me I'm running at 120 FPS right now. But that doesn't necessarily mean the game is running at 120. But if it is, I'm wondering if it's one of these things where it's doing like per frame damage calculations. You know, it's kind of like a symptom of some of these older titles. And I'm eating so much more damage because of that. Then again, I would imagine that this game probably has a built-in frame cap, so I don't know. Oh, when I'm speed running like that, I guess his suction attack just doesn't do anything. Yeah, secret weapon. You know what makes it twice as funny with the high speed running? It's like just the sound of Dante's footsteps. Like it sounds like he's wearing high heels as he's running by. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's just the sound effect makes it sound funnier. Run, Dante! Yeah, that's our technique. Just sprint. Open the club. I think I found the wombo combo. Tough and potentially very broken. That's okay. It's all fun and games for us here at Hideout Central. That nice speedy dodge, I like that. Especially when it works. So is DMC really so bad that you'd skip on it but not this? I don't know. I mean, DMC, the remake, maybe. Just, I find the whole presentation so insanely cringy that I don't know. I don't know if I can stomach it. It's one of those games of the era where the main character looks suspiciously like the art director of the game. Deus Ex Human Revolution being the other one. Oh my god. Please tell me I have one more item. No! Oh my god! Yes, I did see the original character designs. Garbage. Alright, one more shot here from Mr. Minotaur. Hold on a second. You know what would probably help quite a bit? That. Not attacking the fire guy with the flame amulet, you know? I'm thinking that will probably be helpful. just realized Dante straight up glides across the floor when shooting and moving. No, he doesn't. It's just the boss is doing like a vacuum. When he's like spinning his mace, it's like a vacuum effect. And you slide during that, but otherwise, no, he doesn't slide. Credit where credit's due. He doesn't slide. I was wondering why the fire guy would be resistant to fire. Humans do fizz damage. I mean, for elemental damage, the guy's like half... He's like made out of fire. Like half of his body is fire. So, makes sense. Oh my god, it's getting... Speaking of fire, it's getting very warm in here. Turn my AC on for a minute. It's the Metroid sequence here. Which door should we run towards? You got me, guys. Not the one that has the orb in front of it. You subverted my expectations. Is this a door? What is this? A sword that we already have? That's the mod, though. That's not this. Where the hell am I going? Yeah. See? My mistake, of course. That was the path. Silly me. Gotta hit those floating switches, Dante. This is where that hold R2 to cancel the auto-targeting thing comes in handy. Or does it? Let's see, maybe I can leave, maybe change that in this mod so I can just leave without having to do that? Let's see. Nope. The hitboxes for these things feel extremely finicky. There's that third one. There it is. Speed effect? No, this is the way it's meant to be played. time to deal with you scrubs. I mean, I actually probably have plenty of time, but... Let's get the hell out of here. Dante, what's happening? Oh. Wait, was that forward or backwards? I've been running so fast I can't even tell the difference anymore. That's backwards. The camera angles is junk. Oh my god. That's so insanely disorienting. Alright, I'm gonna stick to the walls. Go this way. Close tight. Okay. Climb on the plane. Well, it's a lot harder to do the Arnie stuff over text, that's for sure. Missile launcher. Oh, there we go. I think I missed the Uzis somewhere. Speaking of Arnold, missed the 9mm Uzi. The Uzi 9mm. Plasma rifle in the 40-watt range. Okay. Again, I hate to sound like a broken record here, but Dante just kind of like wandering around these places. Like, what is the objective right now? You know? Like, what are we doing? He went into this factory. It's exploded. Now what? I'll be right back. Okay, back. Thanks for waiting. Let me turn my air conditioner back off. Two lights will open the sealed door and guide the hunter to the deep underground. This is either a cool mission or a really lame one. I mean, I know it's basically a meaningless statement, but I'm being honest here. I remember this either be notable either for how good it was or how lame it was. So we'll see. If you heard me talking, it was to my cat. One of them, anyway. Yeah, this is like MK Mythologies type level. Quan Chi has once again retained your services. I had a little trouble with Scorpion. Ah, yes, your Japanese counterpart. Oh my god! There we go. That's satisfying. I think... Let's see, hold on a sec. Yeah, look at this. Weapon switching cancels the shooting animation. Look at this. To a reasonable degree. Wield the sword swiftly. Come on, Dante. What are you doing? There you go. Man, there's so much I could say about Mortal Kombat lore. It's like, it's really neat, but yeah, it's not like deep, you know? But there is a very cool aspect to the original MK games. I'll say basically MK 1 through 4 and including mythologies. It's just like everything it's like a horror movie, especially with 3 and 4. You listen to the soundtracks of those games and they're extremely like spooky, suspenseful themes. I love it. You get the like vaguely like Chinese traditional music influences there, along with like what sounds like a soundtrack to like one of the Halloween films. And I'm really into that. I just like how insanely like brutal and murderous that everyone seems to be at all times in the MK universe. You know what I mean? Like just this constant over-the-top ultra-violence is just like a way of life for the people that live in this world. I just find it very amusing. Definitely an influence on the ninja game. It's like, yeah, over-the-top carnage, violence and murder is just like a way of life amongst those in the martial arts community. Yeah, well put, Troop. It's like the newer ones, it's just a lot more grounded. And it's just like, again, feels like a Marvel movie. So that atmosphere is history. And it's strange that the music would take such a strangely generic turn considering that Dan Forden is still, as from what I recall, he's still in charge of the music for the games. It's just very generic, like modern orchestral video game music. Yeah, there's definitely some trickery going on with the jumps in this. It's like using the like downward shooting animation there, like resets the jump counter basically. Achievement unlocked. That's a big mother. Okay. Wow, look at that. True, but I always got the feeling that death wasn't only everywhere in MK, it was always instant and only ever step away. It was always unceremonious, like boom, take a head off, move in. Yeah, bingo. That's exactly how I feel about it too. I think you're dead on with that. Well put, my friend. These deer games, it's like it's about family. It's about Johnny Cage making peace with his daughter. It's like, what? It's like, don't get me wrong, I'm not opposed to those kinds of themes in video games, but in Mortal Kombat? Oh my god, don't even think about it. How many of these things do I have to kill? Wait, how many? Oh, spooky. It's the spooky number on the red orbs. This sucks. This boss fight is terrible. I don't think it's quite as bad as the Tentacle fight, because at least, like, this is mechanically understandable, but this is a snooze fest. In terms of like the rankings so far, the disembodied head fight, definitely the top, like by a significant margin, followed by the infested gorilla or whatever his name was. I used to really avoid anything with any kind of satanic connotation. Religious background? For me, most of this stuff is like, I grew up in like my dad's super Catholic. These like, all like the, you know, video games with like, oh, devilish this or whatever. It's just, I never took it like seriously at all. It's like, it's just very, very cheesy to me. You know what I mean? And even for like the people out there, like the things who like take the whole like satanic worship seriously, no offense, but I also find that stuff extremely laughable as well. So basically I'm not bothered in any regards. Yeah, that was a terrible boss fight. That was absolute garbage. Zero religious background. Yeah. Let's see. Just with numbers, I believe the integer existing will bring about evil things from some kind of magic. I definitely am interested in the mythological aspects of plenty of religions, but I'm not a religious person whatsoever. You know, growing up, like I said, my mom, not very religious, but with my dad, very Catholic guy and going to church regularly, getting exposed to that material. I thought it was interesting from like a conceptual standpoint, but just not something that I actually like felt any real connection to. Which, so let's get a little personal here on the chat, so maybe I'll stop talking about it. Yeah, so that boss is terrible. He wields a spear and is obeyed by the wolves. Is this a good boss fight? Oh, this is kind of a neat area, actually. No, this is a decent section of the game here. I'm going to save it because I'm not sure if I actually did or not here. I'm going to switch back to Trish. And I think I'm probably going to just stick with her. We'll see. Let's see. Alright. Fingers crossed, ladies and gentlemen. No crashes, no crashes. My belief that it was real, but the people's... wasn't that it was real, but the people's energy around those things was real. I get that. The smell of fear. Streamer Parrot Correctly is like in GSP whenever you see 668 he goes mental. Oh, good. So I was talking about this a lot while I was doing that last Demon Souls playthrough. Like the area where you fight the Fool's Idol. A lot of that imagery and architecture is very resonant with me because that's really similar to these churches that I grew up in. You know, that I spent time in as a kid. So it was like, I recognize some of those elements. Those kind of aspects of ceremony and, you know, traditional, you know, Catholic imagery or whatever. And it's like, it adds this third dimension to me, which is very neat. Now, I recognize it's probably somewhat of a personal thing, maybe not inherent in the material itself, but I do feel like they did their homework in terms of capturing that aspect. Yeah, I was gonna say Kim, not Kim. I was thinking of Kim Wexler. I keep thinking about Better Call Saul. I have such a major crush on that actress. But Trish here is definitely the most OP of the characters. She rules. Yeah, Rhea Seaborn for Trish in the Devil May Cry movie. I guess she could play Dante's mom. That's probably the more realistic casting, if such a thing were ever to happen. You can see my bandana turned into a texture over there. Yeah, the Shin Megami Tensei thing, like turning data into demons, like using algorithms to like summon these like various like mythological deities. That's a really cool concept. I mean, she even kind of looks like her. If a game ever puts Pueblo stuff in that game, I'll totally get the feeling. Pueblo, what do you mean by that? I'm not catching the reference or whatever. Tried pirating Better Call Saul Season 1, but it was 85 gigs! This man doesn't compromise on bitrate. You know what you could do? Either download one episode at a time, or... I mean, that seems like extremely large. I've been watching, I don't know who did these rips, but it was like a total of 28 gigs per season. I'm on 1337.org, I think it is, that torrent site. I'm about halfway through season 6 now, so I'm getting close. It's an interesting area here. Speaking of Native American, this almost feels a bit like Southwestern or something. Some of these textures, like especially in that last room we were just in. Yeah, Trish is definitely the way to play this game. For sure. Classic DMC1 Dante moveset is leagues above the DMC2 Dante set in this game. Oh no! Ooh. Do I ever get crushes on actresses often? No, not at all. I mean, you know, like any other, well, like plenty of other guys, like, yeah, she's like attractive, you know, the various actors I think are attractive, whatever, but crushes, no. But with her, it's like, I don't know, man. It's that type, I guess. It's my type. Turn. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've only ever seen her in the show, so uh-oh. What's happening? I couldn't say. But I like tough not tough. I mean, I like confident people, you know. In general. I feel like I'm getting close to veering to something I'm gonna regret saying, so maybe I'm gonna leave it at that. But Rhea Seahorn, if you ever want to give me a call, I'm here. Okay, this guy pwned by the wolves before the screen has even finished fading back in. Off to a good start. Sociopathic lawyer type. She's not though. She's like, when she's in, you know, uniform, so to speak, and like doing her job. She's a phenomenal actress. I mean, just beyond, you know, physical appearance, she does an insanely good job. It's like while she's in uniform, she presents this image of a very like stern, you know, like tough, you know, person, like you said. But literally, you know, letting her hair down outside of work and like revealing this kind of like damaged yet tougher as a result of it persona. It's really well done. She's an incredible actress. Phenomenal job. And to me, that's basically the main character of the show. It's like someone who had a very like tough, shitty childhood, but completely rose above it and is made of like some tough stuff as a result. Speaking of tough stuff, this boss is insane. Bulwark. This guy could be a Dark Souls boss. It's like Artorias 0.5. Trevor said she's one of the best written female characters in TV. I'd say she's one of the best written characters in TV. She's the most interesting character in that show by a significant margin. Oh, I'm really into that show. It's not perfect. It has some flaws. But overall, it's definitely worth watching. I think it's better than Breaking Bad. And she is incredible. Phenomenal actress. Now, this is looking like a boss fight I'm going to have to concentrate on, so I'm going to shut up for a sec. Hard to think of any great female characters, honestly, as far as writing is concerned. Well, let's see. I think Carmela from Sopranos is really good, of course. I mean, that show is as close to perfection as you can get. So far, anyway. I think Laura Palmer and some of the other female characters on Twin Peaks were phenomenal. Dana Scully, X-Files. I mean, Scully's problem is that, and it's not really her fault as a character, nor is it Gillian Anderson's fault as an actor. It's just the thing where she's like, by like season 3, has seen so many like supernatural things, like so many like extraterrestrial and otherwise encounters, yet she's like still supposed to be like the skeptic or whatever, just because like that's the role so many of these stories kind of like give her. It kind of feels a little silly, but other than that, I think she's good. Mom and Malcolm in the Middle? Yeah, totally. Breaking Bad connections, there you go. The prequel to Breaking Bad, Malcolm in the Middle. Oh my god. This actually seems like a decent boss fight. Having a hard time paying attention, but this one is mechanically, I think, solid. It almost feels like a Dark Souls 2 boss. Where it's like, the animations are kind of janky, but mechanically solid. Yeah. Decent fight. Alright. Let me really focus here. Take a nice sip of my Arnold Palmer drink here. Masiege. Hey! How's it going, pal? I mean, that's pretty bullshit. The way the fight starts, immediately getting pwned by the wolves. Alright, focus. Yeah, it almost feels like this guy is the Nero Angelo equivalent. for this game. Bayonetta does that all the time, just so you know. Does what? Gets smashed by wolves as soon as the cutscene ends? We are right next to a statue here. Let me buy some health or something. Smashed by wolves, okay. Dodge. Hey! There you go. Yeah, cool fight. Hard as nails, but decent. I mean, second to Mr. Big Head so far. They're realizing about what it means to be trapped in DMC too. Alright. Let's get this done. Let's stop fooling around. Let's beat this boss. Yeah, so it kind of warns you in the cutscene though. Does it? Let's see. I disagree. They're standing there and then all of a sudden you're pwned. I think we're gonna have to use air raid. Clutch this fight. Yeah, it's actually very challenging. This might be the last one of the night, but I'm gonna end it with a win, of course. Oh, and Bayonetta. Okay. How much damage that just did. Yeah, I've got the strategy now. No problemo. Ooh. No, aim at the guy, not the wolves! Not the wolves! Oh, Trish. Hardest guy fun on stream. Spider guy is, yes. Spider guy is probably the top tier. That was absurd. There we go. Okay, last try. Yeah, I'm thinking this wasn't really balanced for Dante must die mode. The speed, damage, I don't know. Let me give it another try. Dodge. Oh my god. This isn't cussed yet, because I have actually a few times. I don't know if you've heard him. No bots tonight, knock on wood. This is gonna be the final battle. I'm gonna beat this guy. Wait if he beats the game. Yeah. I don't know if that's gonna happen. I'm definitely gonna beat this guy though. Look at our gear. I think this guy's more weak to flame or lightning. I'm gonna say lightning. I don't know why. Maybe. Be nice if there was a way to control the switch between targets with lock on. So I'm trying to aim at Mr. Big over here. I wonder how much health the wolves do have. If it would be worth trying to take them out. Yeah, that sounds about right. No. Look at that health bar decimation. Power of air raid. camera angles. Oh, you dodged? Well, I'm going to go ahead and redirect my aiming there. Maybe I should have stuck with Dante. I'll try this one more time with Trish, and if she can't handle it, I'll switch back to the D-man. Is there a taunt button in DMC 2? I can't remember. That might be helpful. Oh, okay. Oh, perfect, Troop. Thanks for letting me know. I don't think we've been accumulating any red orbs here, have we? Not enough to afford anything. This camera is atrocious. There's so many... Like, I thought this fight was pretty good. This fight mechanically is interesting, but the camera is a mess. It's like, I can't... I have such a hard time following what the hell is happening. Oh my god. How long have I been fighting this guy? 30 minutes. Holy cow. Should I switch to Dante or keep trying with Trish? I feel bad. If I'd been playing this game on normal, we probably would have finished it by now, honestly. I thought it would be a more interesting way to play it, but I don't know. So we'll have to replay the stage with Dante, though. We can't just start at the boss. I'm going to give it one more try with Trish, and then if I fail, play as Dante. And at least that'll give us some variety so we can see something other than this guy. Alright, Dante time. Maybe it'll save it here. Let's see. We'll find out. I think the image changed. Alt-tab, finger cross, all that. Now we're back at the beginning of the stage. It's alright. Like I said, give us some variety. Not like this was super long anyway. And the game crashed. Stellar. Whenever a game crashes, an alt-tab actually desire to reopen deployment. How do you think I feel? Huh? How do you think I feel? Play Devil May Cry 2! I wish I had all the stages unlocked so you just switch difficulties and be playing it as normal. So I think that's probably the way to do it. If we're gonna play this. It's like this guy feels like a Kaizo boss on Dante Must Die with this mod. Let's just run past all these jerks. Wait, did I make it through anyway? Oh, it goes behind me. Yeah, I'm realizing now. I probably could have used that infinite jump thing with Trish to beat that boss. Oh well. Oh my god. So what's the Paul Almers taste like? I have no idea what you're talking about. Dante, you're flying through this bullshit. You're not dealing with this anymore. Submachine guns. Paul Almers? No, Arnold Palmer's is what I've been drinking. Arnold Palmer. It's half iced tea, half lemonade. And it's also half vodka because I needed that to get through this game. No, not already alcoholic. But out of necessity, modified to be that way. Okay, here we go! See how it goes with Dante. Let's try out our new weapons, the submachine guns, shall we? Pretty crap for damage. Are they building the devil trigger up in any kind of substantial way? Doesn't appear so. I think we're stick with the pistols. Missile launcher. I'll try that. Way too slow. Way too slow. look at that! Achievement unlocked. Hungry like the wolves. Hungry like my temptation to throw my computer out the window right now. It's over. Dante's super devil trigger saved the day. Never been drunk in my life. With either malice, never saw the appeal. Sometimes, just need to do it. Let me share you my experience, okay? Hanging out with people getting like absolutely sloshed, acting like complete morons because they're so drunk, that sucks. And you realize at a certain point that if you drink that much, you might act like an idiot too. So, you learn to drink in moderation, have a couple drinks, loosen up, don't go overboard, and it's all good. And if you don't want to drink, that's fine too. No one should peer pressure you to do it. The more you know, brought to you by High Def. Now I'm almost tempted to wrap this up right here because that was such an insane hurdle, but at the same time, that was also extremely unfulfilling. I just jumped in the air and spammed one attack. So I'll play a little more. Oh, some returning guys from Dark Souls. Excuse me, not Dark Souls. Devil May Cry 1. The Skull Boys. Okay, you know what? I really don't want to play this anymore. I mean, this is getting extremely frustrating. Let me see if it improves after this immediate section, but if not, I'm turning this crap off. This mod improves the game, but man, there's so many fundamental things still so messed up in this game. Some Marble Madness? Maybe. Could be do some Dark Souls 3 PvP. That's like all I've been doing this past weekend. I have been getting some other stuff done, but I've like just had Dark Souls 3 running on my computer almost consistently for the last 72 hours. I do step away and get some other stuff done here and there. But look at him. Look at this. No continue. Marble Madness. Play another extremely frustrating game to wrap up the night. No, I don't think I'll be doing that. Here's a question though. Should I start another stream? Or I feel like I should start another stream because that would be a little misleading. Devil May Cry 2 Definitive Edition, but now I'm playing Dark Souls 3. So let me ask you two guys here. Should I start a new stream? Okay, yeah, I'll do that. Now here's the second question.
In a time long since past,
DS3 multiplayer
in an
or
age of darkness,
Tekken 7
when the
online?
earth was overrun with demons, and humans were powerless under their rule. Humanity's hope lived in a demon named Sparta. with a spirit
Mouse is
unlike
DS3.
any, and wielding the sword that bore his own name, Sparda
I mean, I can play both.
eradicated the demons.
No, that is young, I think. DS3. All right, let's rock. Let's rock, baby. Okay. So I'm going to end this stream, and then I will start a new one in a few minutes here. So this could be a nice little compact package for those of you who want to ever check out this game with this mod. Devil May Cry 2 Definitive Edition. Now, let me sum up my thoughts on this after playing it, okay? This is definitely a substantial improvement over regular Devil May Cry 2, but the game still has several very significant design flaws that prevent it from truly being a great game. The stage design, the enemy AI, the bosses, they're very flawed, and it would take a deeper level of modding to fix some of these issues. Now, that being said, having played it for the last few hours here, we have been playing on Dante Must Die difficulty. So some of the bigger HP pools are significantly larger as a result of that difficulty. And honestly, I wish I had just played the game on normal, because that wouldn't have been an issue. So my suggestion after playing all this stuff would be, if you want to play Devil May Cry 2, play this PC version, the HD collection. You can get it as cheap as $8 online. That's what I paid for my CD key earlier today. Play this PC version with this Definitive Edition mod, and play it on normal difficulty, either with, I mean, Dante, Trish, Lucia. I guess it's going to be a preferential thing, but I think normal difficulty is going to be the way to go, just because of the balancing of the HP pools and damage versus the frequently janky design of some of these enemies and bosses. So there you go. That's the bottom line, because HiDef said so. I'm going to end the stream now, and I'm going to start another one in a few minutes, playing some Dark Souls 3 multiplayer. So Troop and Malice, if you guys want to join me, and anyone else who's lurking, watching, just whatever, cool. If you want to continue watching, awesome. If not, have a good night. I will see you soon or later, depending. Take care.